Brad Newberg here of SB Nation Fantasy for our Fantasy Friday, where we ask one of our NFL bloggers a couple of quick fantasy questions for the upcoming weekend. I'm talking today with David Fucillo of the San Francisco 49ers blog, Niners Nation. David, I lost my fantasy game this week because Michael Crabtree, out of nowhere, scored 2 touchdowns and decided to show up for my opponent. Is he now the #1 option in the Niners receiving game?
I think the issue with the 49ers passing game is that a lot of the receivers are really better real-life receivers than they are fantasy receivers. In the case of Michael Crabtree, who probably is the #1 option in that passing attack right now, he's been huge on third downs, and while converting a 3rd and 8 can be huge for the 49ers, you don't really get a lot of bonus points for that third down conversion in fantasy. However, I think he is turning into a solid wide receiver 2 right now for the purposes of fantasy. He's a great flex option. He's a fantastic bye week fill-in. But it's one of those things where there will be some big games. I don't think he'll ever have just completely awful games. He's had a catch in every single game he's played with the 49ers. Hopefully he can keep that up. But he's a decent option in fantasy. Not a fantastic option, but definitely a solid option, particularly if you're looking, based on matchups.
Frank Gore's carries have dropped this year, and he has only caught more than 2 catches in 1 game so far in any game this year. Yet he's been a decent fantasy option due to his tremendous 5.5 yards per carry. Do you see a way that he can actually keep up this sort of production per carry?
I do think Frank Gore can keep up that 5+ yards per carry over the course of the season. The team has mixed in Kendall Hunter frequently, and it wouldn't surprise me if we saw Hunter a little bit more in the second half of the season. I think that with Frank Gore, getting, again, similar to how Michael Crabtree is a solid wide receiver too, I think Gore is a very good running back too. He's not quite that running back one that people love to have, just because of the fact that he does have to split up a lot of those carries with Kendall Hunter. Gore will get solid numbers. You'll get some rushing touchdowns from him, but given that the 49ers are really trying to mix up their rushing attack a little bit more, that is going to cost him in fantasy. He's still a very strong guy that I do think that you start most every week in most leagues. Obviously, it depends on how deep your running back core is, but this is definitely not the 2006 score rushing for a franchise rushing record. Strong, solid, but again, similar to the wide receivers, probably better in real life than he is in fantasy.